Toyota Tacoma owners get so upset, but why? Well, good afternoon, everybody, and welcome back to RobMotive. You know, I wanted to delve into this a little bit because I used to not really understand the reason why, and that is why Toyota Tacoma owners get so upset. Now, you really see this when you're a YouTuber like I am, and when you try to cover the truck without any bias, which is what I try to do. I try to tell it like it is. You know, Toyota's not sending me a check every month. I don't work for Toyota. I don't work for a car dealership. I'm independent. I do my own thing. So I drive the truck, and I do love the truck. Let's preface this video, first of all, by saying that I do love the Toyota Tacoma. I wouldn't keep buying it if I didn't like it. That wouldn't make much sense, was it? I mean, I'd be a Ford guy or a Chevy guy or maybe a Ridgeline guy. I don't know. But I do love the truck. But when you're a YouTuber like I am and you give your honest opinion on things, or at least how you see it, you know, your own experiences, there are a lot of people out there who take offense, it seems, to that. Some people get downright mad to the point where they start slinging expletives, making fun of you, calling you things that make no sense to me. I don't know. I've had people say that, well, Rob, you don't have a Tacoma, even different trim levels this happens on. You don't have a Tacoma TRD whatever because you can't afford it. What? I've had teen trucks. What do you mean can't afford it? It has nothing to do with finances or money. It's amazing to me the levels people stoop to when they feel offended by whatever it is that you're saying. But that's what really interests me, is why do people get so offended? They take it personally. And I never could understand that. I really couldn't until recently. You know, there are a handful of people that are really bad. You know, I think they're just trolls. I think all they're really trying to do is make themselves feel a little better by trying to make you feel bad. I don't know what it is. But in thinking about this, it's kind of like something that you do personally, like maybe your appearance, maybe you have a beard or a little chin thing like I have here, right? And people love to dog that as well. That doesn't bother me. It comes with the territory. It's not a big deal. I look how I am and dress the way I am because it makes me happy. And I can really care less what anybody else thinks. But they take their shots anyway, right? Like they're the first ones. That's another thing that I always find funny. That some people say these things like they think they're the first ones, that they've come up with this, you know, astonishingly new cut down or put down that nobody else has ever said before. I mean, I'm not a spring chicken. I've been around for a couple years, so I've pretty much heard it all. There's not a lot you can say that I haven't already heard. I mean, really, you know. But anyway, personal. That's what it is. That's the whole thing. When people get these trucks, and I understand this, when people get these trucks, the Toyota Tacoma, and they do anything to it, mod it out, put their own personal touches on it, it becomes a personal thing. And it's not just personal with their own truck, because obviously when I'm making videos on the channel and talking about the brand itself, I'm not talking about your truck. Chances are I've never even seen your truck. But nonetheless, this personal feeling that some folks have spreads across the whole brand. And when you start talking about the Toyota Tacoma as a whole, they get offended. It's like you're talking directly to them about their beliefs or their truck. And of course I'm not. I mean, obviously, if I've never met you and I've never seen your truck, how could I possibly be talking about your truck? I'm not. I'm giving my impressions of my truck that I'm driving around in from my own experiences. So that's kind of what I've grown to understand as to why people get so up in arms when you start talking about the Toyota Tacoma, or any brand really. I'm sure there are Ford guys and Chevy guys and Nissan guys, and I know Honda Ridgeline guys, that feel the same way. They have a personal attachment to their truck. And I gotta say, from my perspective, and it's probably because of what I do. I mean, I trade trucks frequently, right? So I don't get overly attached to them. They're a thing for me. They're a method to an end for me. The end being the accomplishment of the mod. So I get them to do those things with them, and it's a business for me. I do like the truck. Again, as I said in the beginning, I do love the truck, or I would not be doing anything with the Toyota Tacoma. But for me, it's not a personal tie. You know, and if somebody tells me they don't like a mod that I've done, and I've had that happen plenty of times, people telling me that they don't like the colors that I'm putting in the truck, that I've gone overboard, you know, maybe I have too many accent colors in the truck. It's too much. It's overdone. It doesn't look good. They use other words. That doesn't really offend me, because I'm kind of doing things to see how they look for myself. And again, I'm building this truck in such a manner that it's for me. Now, it's for you guys too, don't get me wrong. I mean, part of why I do this is for you guys too. I do this so that you can see the different mods and things, how to do them, how they turn out, whether they have good quality, whether they last, all those kind of things, so that you don't go out and waste your money on things that aren't any good. Like, I'll give you an example, that little grab handle I put on there. That was a nightmare from the beginning. The install was horrible. I didn't have as much problem getting it as other people did, but there are a lot of people who have reported to me that they've had bigger issues with it, and issues with the company themselves as far as getting quality parts, or even all of the parts at the same time. There were a lot of people that stated they may have received the handle, but not the trim piece. Or maybe they received the trim piece and the handle, but not the hardware. I mean, kind of hard to install a mod if the screws that you need to install the mod didn't come with the mod. Things like that. So that's a big part of why I do this. For you guys too, so that you can see what it's like to put things on, how difficult they are, and whether there are quality parts. And then you can make an informed decision before you spend your money as to whether or not it's worth it and it's something that you want to tackle. So anyway, I just wanted to get on here. I've been thinking about this because periodically, depending on the subject matter or the video that I put out, I get comments from people that seem to be really up in arms or personally affected by the videos. And let me say this, I am in no way attacking anybody personally. You know, how could I attack someone personally when I don't even know them? I mean, come on, I'm not doing that. I'm talking solely about the brand itself and my experiences with it. That's all there is to it. Anyway, I just wanted to get on, kind of talk about that a little bit, because I really just came to the realization, or at least my theory, on why it's happening recently myself. Leave a comment, let me know. Are you personally attached to your truck? Does it offend you when people talk bad about it? I'd be curious to know. Also, real quick, I do have 2 additional channels. RobMotive FST, all about full-size trucks. And RobMotive JT, all about my 2020 Jeep Gladiator. Check them out, and if you're interested, why not subscribe? Don't forget to click that notification bell so that you don't miss out on any upcoming videos. And do me a favor, smash that subscribe button on the way out. Thanks for watching. Stay safe out there. Bye.